Hi guys, Lori from Femgenuity. I'm so glad if you're joining me this week. This week is one of my favorite topics ever, and we got a whole lot of topics coming your way. But it's on the idea of abundance and more. I have written a blog post on how less is more is not necessarily true in the right context. And so if you think about it, it's like less love is not more love, it's less. Less friends is not more, it's less. Now you can pull that around and do whatever you want. Like, hey, less friends is more time. You can fix it however you want to. But the idea of abundance is something that I really want to focus on because I come from poverty. 25 years ago, gosh, I'm 43, so 25 years ago I got married at 18, had 2 kiddos, 2 little girls almost out of the gate, and then went through a pretty bad divorce and ended up on food stamps for 2 years while I put myself through college, got my degree in accounting, and just really worked my butt off. By the grace of God and friends and my parents and my husband now stepped in as a friend, and my cousin, man, just so many people came to help me, but I lived in such a sense of scarcity that it's taken 25 years to move from scarcity to abundance, to move from feeling like I don't want any friends, I don't want to put myself out there, to loving people again, which has been really cool, especially in my business. I've always loved my staff. I've given myself permission over the last 8 years to really open my heart to my staff. And we will talk about that actually, because I know a lot of people are very serious about having a line in the sand on how you treat your staff, like staff or a team versus a family. And we'll talk about that a little bit. I think it's different for everybody and it's different for every business. And so we will go into that. But for today on abundance, me moving towards abundance has been hard. So one of the first things that I would tell you is that maybe you could consider sitting down and thinking through, what does abundance look like for you? Like, what do you really want more of in your life? How do you define this? Right, this idea of abundance, because as I said in my blog, and I've done a bunch of social media posts this week that you can go check out, trying to do different things on each social media site, so you're not like, I just saw that. I really talked about the idea that abundance looks different for all of us, and it's not more things on your calendar, it's not more to-dos, it's not so many friends that you can't handle yourself, it's more the things that you really do want. So I do want more money, so I can be more generous. I'm a generous person. I like to give money. I like to give things. I like to take care of my people. I like when the church needs something, I can help. But to do that, I have to have the money to do it. So I want more abundance in my life in that way so I can give more. I want more peace in my life. So I've learned how to meditate and take time in the morning to do a simple morning routine, which I'll totally share with you guys if anybody's interested, to settle myself and to lay claim to the first part of my day. So it's just kind of looking at abundance in that way. And so in my blog post, I end it with, you've got to sit down and start thinking about this and check out the YouTube, right? So that we can talk about how. So here's the how. Get some time. And I know it's like, I don't have any time. Yes, you do. We make time. Do not swallow that lie. You have time. Grab some time in the morning, lose a little bit of sleep. Grab some time at night. Don't watch TikTok for 3 hours. Actually sit down and think about, what do I want more of in my life? Step 1, what do I want more of in my life? Step 2, okay, now that I know what I want more of, let me prioritize this. So if I had money and I had peace and I had vacationing and I also want more interaction with my staff, like whatever you want more of, then prioritize it. You'll find that if you look at it like, how do I prioritize this? If you look at it like, hey, if I did one of these, would it kind of knock a domino off over and affect other ones? Because that would be great if you did one and it would affect some of the other ones on your list. That would be super awesome. So like if I had more money, I could travel more and I could be more generous. And so I might make more money up near the top. Or to make more money, I have to be in a better relationship with my staff. So now definitely make more time for my staff and care for them more deeply and authentically has to move up, right? Above make more money, because I could have all the money in the world. Well, I could not make any of the money in the world because I need my staff to help me do it. So sit down and prioritize it. Like what should come first on your list? Because you're only going to really get to attack one thing at a time. You could try to attack all 10 of them, but you're going to end up spinning in circles and back where you started, pissed that you even thought about trying to have more because it's a pain. So step 2 is to prioritize those things that you want more of in your life and see which one you're going to knock out first. Step 3, come up with 5 actionable steps, small steps, 5 actionable steps for that first thing. For that first thing that you want more of. So let's say mine is I want to have a better relationship with my staff. Let's just stick with that one. So I'm going to have 5 intentional steps that I'm going to set up to start moving towards that relationship so that domino starts to fall over and hit those other ones. So my 5 intentional things to move towards that relationship with my staff may be things like set up a 30-minute call once a month with each one of them and have an individual discussion. Open my door to say we can have lunches anytime we want to, or I have lunch every Friday, somebody can grab it and we can totally do that. Make sure that I do comment and respond to them within 24 hours so they feel important and not ignored. Another one might be check in with them and say good morning or say good evening or hope you have a great weekend every once in a while. And number 5 might be to have annual retreats. Get everybody together. It costs a lot of money to get everybody together. And it's a lot of energy and time out of your business and on you, but it's well worth it to have your staff come in and you get to love on them and they get to love on each other, and it's just a really good time. So those are my 5 intentional steps. So that was step 3 for me, to come up with my 5 steps to move towards the more I want in my life that I prioritized in step 2 and that I decided I wanted in step 1. So once you have your 5 steps, step 4 is to get some accountability. So whether that's another female entrepreneur, whether that's us here at Femgenuity, we're hoping to build a community with accountability in it as well. Whether that's your mom or your business partner or your best friend, somebody that you can be accountable to, and you would sit down with them or send them a quick note and say, hey, I love you and I know that you will hold me accountable. I just need a little bit of help with this, but I want to move towards having a better relationship with my staff. And I've kind of determined that these are the 5 things that I'm going to do. And so I'll put them in an order, and I want to kind of have you hold me accountable. So maybe we can meet weekly or twice a month and talk about, did I do these things that would move me towards it? So step 4 is accountability. Someone that can check you before you wreck you, right? And step 5 is to take your first step. So whatever that is to start actively doing it. And I know so well how hard it is to have a habit in place. I get it. We all know that. You know how busy your life is. You already have a lot of more. But to put those habits in place, one of the best things that you can do is that you can get on your phone, whatever phone you have, and use the technology, excuse me, to remind you to do that thing. So if mine is, as corny as it sounds, if mine is to say good morning to somebody every day, I would put a 10 o'clock alarm on my iPhone that said, jump in Slack and tell somebody else good morning this week. Or whatever it is. It seems so silly, like you really have to remind yourself to say good morning. Yes, you do. Otherwise, you think you're going to do it and then you get busy, or you're dealing with a shit show or something burns down in the middle of the night and you've got to get up and deal with it, because business is hard every day. We're in the business of putting out fires and making decisions once you become an entrepreneur with staff, right? And so put yourself an alarm, put yourself a sticky note on your computer that reminds you to get in there and do that. So those are the 5 steps that I would say that I would take to move towards whatever types of abundance you want in your life. And there's lots of other stuff about abundance out there, but we're really focused on business here. So think about that as well. And of course, your business is you. So if it's to be more patient or peaceful or kind or any of those things, those are all good things too. This is very individual to you. So hopefully those 5 steps helped. We're here if you want to leave us a note in the comment, or if you like what we've done today, and we as me, myself, and I have a team that is awesome. I will get them on here. Leave us a comment or like and follow if you want to, but leave us a comment and let us know what you're going through or what yours is. We would love to be accountable with you. We're super excited to do that. And you can find us on all the social medias too. So have a really, really great week and get yourself in gear on moving towards abundance. It is a super cool life to live.